Many people will now say that the only real competitive advantage we have is our people, how we invest in them, how we engage with them, how they align, and so on. We have a pretty compelling group of bodies trying to reflect different perspectives on this to arrive at common frameworks, which hopefully we will then start to see being adopted as a broader practice as to how to understand and measure human capital.
Businesses believe that their human resources being their most valuable asset, but if you don't understand the value of that asset, then you can't make critical decisions for your business.
Capturing that value is what basically the challenge of trying to capitalise talent is all about, hence the title of the research, Valuing Your Talent.
The Valuing Your Talent programme is essentially a way of engaging businesses, large and small, to think about the way that they use their HR data to make decisions and what kind of data that they use to make those decisions.
Nobody has an objective or independent yardstick against which they can measure their people. So what this project really is all about is principally trying to understand how we put a value on human capital.
So what we're seeking to do is working in collaboration with the finance community, investor communities and others to see if we can find a better framework and set of common metrics which we can all agree on, so we have a common language to share between HR and finance and the business and between the investor community and so on.
The idea of human resource is about potentiality. The notion of human capital is actually capturing that resource and capitalising it. And that's kind of the challenge that we've set ourselves.
The human capital framework is a developmental framework, so it's not just simply a way of measuring people inside organisations.
One of the challenges we recognise in this is that it's got to be accessible to small businesses as well as large, as it's equally important for small businesses to understand what they need to invest and how to build the organisation of the future and building the right team and engagement and all those other things. In order to do that, first of all, it's recognising the different channels to small to medium-sized enterprises, such as the Federation for Small Business, the Chambers of Commerce and things of that nature. But also it's back to this idea of open innovation, about allowing a community to come together to debate this through online portals and hackathon type ideas, which we're starting to launch as well.
So the plan for the future is to develop a framework, to test that framework, to go out to pilot with a number of organisations, big and small, and to get their feedback essentially, to find out what works and what doesn't work. And then using that draft framework, then refine it through a number of focus groups and interviews, and then open it up through this open source innovation tool and engage a wider set of external stakeholders who will then go through a process of reforming it and continuing to develop it. So by the end we should have a reformed tool and framework that will then be able to be used across businesses, big or small.
We've helped to pull together a coalition. It's sponsored by the UK Commission for Employment and Skills, so we've also got investors and people involved. And beyond that, there are many other bodies which we're engaging with, all the way from groups like Engage for Success and through into the British Standards Institute and into the Federation of Small Business and the CBI. There are many bodies which can influence and help shape this agenda.
It's going to start a big discussion that needs to happen. And it's going to start a discussion that's going to happen across a number of different size organisations. So there's going to be ways that people can get involved and share their ideas, which I think is something that doesn't really happen too much with something around human capital metrics. So it's a bit of a first in opening up a discussion around that kind of topic. By the middle of next year, we would have developed a tool that allows and helps people to better understand the value of their workforce within their business.